Greetings. This is Brant Maxwell, meteorologist with the National Weather Service in San Diego with the weekly weather outlook. First of all, for today, the 2nd of August, we're expecting some isolated showers and thunderstorms, mainly over the higher mountains, especially San Bernardino County. And that will continue through early this evening, but we should have far less activity than we had on Monday when we had some flash flooding up in that area. We're going to have variable thunderstorm chances through early next week, mainly because the amount of moisture aloft is going to vary a little bit each day. And some days we're going to have less activity than others, especially Wednesday and then Saturday. We're mostly going to see seasonal temperatures through early next week. In fact, even the deserts might be a little bit below normal at times. And then we have some south swells across our area, so that means the beaches will have elevated surf and rip currents through Wednesday. If we look at the upper weather pattern, it is a little bit odd that we're going to have a strong upper level low off the California coast. This map is for Friday based on the GFS model, but that upper level low is effectively remnants of tropical systems from farther south. And that will combine with the upper level high that will dominate over the central U.S., extending into the southwest to bring south to southeast flow aloft, and that will bring periods of monsoonal moisture across the region. If we look at the tropical weather, this is mostly what's driving our elevated rip currents and elevated surf at the beaches. We have Tropical Storm Frank, which is not even 1,000 miles southwest of San Diego, so relatively close by. A little bit farther away, we have Tropical Depression Georgette. If we look at the one-week precipitation outlook based on the GFS model, it's showing substantial amounts across the southwest, especially over higher terrain. In fact, some of these amounts are greater than what most of the eastern U.S. will be encountering. So we're doing pretty well for the monsoonal season for the next week at least. Note where we have the upper level low off the west coast. There are some substantial precipitation amounts being modeled out there. Of course, that's all wasted because it just goes right into the ocean. But if that upper level low were farther east, then potentially we could have seen a repeat of 2015, where decayed tropical systems moved over California and brought substantial rainfall at the coast. Unfortunately, we're not seeing that right now, but stay tuned. With all the moisture around, there's at least potential for inland areas to get substantial precip, and there's always a chance that maybe a little bit of precip could occur near the coast if we get the right kind of upper level wave to move through. One thing that some of the forecasters here like to look at is the time height moisture cross-section. And what this depicts on the x-axis, as you go from left to right, you're increasing in time. So Tuesday is on the far left, that's today. And then next Tuesday, the 9th of August, is on the far right. And you can see in the y-axis, that's height. So as you go up in height, except technically this is showing pressure in millibars. But we can see variable amounts of moisture aloft, except that for the most part the dry layers stay, or the lower layers stay dry, below about 1.5 miles or so. At least until early next week, we may moisten up even in the lower layers, and that would be very beneficial for thunderstorms. But as we see it now, there's enough moisture for some good mountain thunderstorms at times later this week. How much they'll make it into the deserts or even into the valleys west of the mountains, it's kind of hard to say. Probably not as favorable then as it would be next week. If we look at the specific probabilities of precipitation starting Wednesday, the 3rd of August, pretty small, just slight chances in the highest mountains of San Bernardino and Riverside County. The chances increase quite a bit on Thursday. We have about 40% chance for the Big Bear Lake area, and all of our mountains have at least some chance of precipitation, maybe if we're lucky, spreading into the Inland Empire or the lower deserts. The chances of precipitation fall a little bit on Friday, and then they're probably the lowest up in the mountains Saturday, but then they start to increase again on Sunday as the moisture comes back in from the southeast. For temperatures, they're mostly going to be near seasonal levels. These are the projected high temperatures on Wednesday, the 3rd of August, with some temperatures close to 100 in hottest parts of the Inland Empire and up to about 109 in hottest parts of the deserts. But that's actually near seasonal normals. We actually have slight decreasing temperatures on Thursday, so maybe even a little bit below normal in a few locations, especially in the deserts. There's the highs for Friday, a little bit cooler again in the deserts. Not much change on Saturday, maybe a slight warm-up with the moisture decreasing a little bit. And then Sunday, maybe slightly cooler in the deserts again as the moisture increases, though that means humidity will be higher too, so it may actually feel hotter on Sunday than Saturday. That's all I have for now. Remember that you can always join us at weather.gov/San Diego for more information, or on Twitter at NWS San Diego. Thanks, and hope you have a good week.